Andrew are here, but mostly Disney is the name of the podcast here to play. Laugh along to what they say. So tune in, grab your mouse ears, let's all give a cheer for Disney. Times are here.
Hey guys, and welcome to the But Mostly Disney podcast. I am, as always, Tater, and with me on the other end is my friend Andrew in Charleston, South Carolina.
Good evening, everybody.
And I am so excited for tonight. We have the Ewings on, and so I found them on social media, and they are. I mean, I think Karen sums it up best here when she says these people are my heroes. Like, I'm not kidding. So for those of you who don't know who they are, why don't you guys tell us your kind of origin story and what you do and how you got to where you are?
Oh, how far back do you want to go?
All the way, as long as you
We have an
want.
hour.
Yeah.
Man, our honeymoon was at Disney World, so it's always been like a special place for us. I mean, I played in marching band in high school and middle school, and I got to march in Disney down here a couple times growing up. So Disney was always a special place for me. And then our honeymoon was spent here. And for the first 2-3 years of our marriage, we didn't really travel. And I was a firefighter paramedic at the time. And when I left the fire service to start my own business, I had never had a vacation outside of like going to Panama City Beach on spring break. And so
Wow.
I told her, I said, I want to throw a tent in the bed of the truck and go to the state parks and camp every week. I want to go somewhere once a month. And that slowly rolled into camping to hotel rooms to we had kids, and our kids were old enough to enjoy Disney. So we would, I'd come home on a Friday night and say, hey guys, what do you guys want to do for dinner tonight? And my daughter would say, I want pizza in Via Napoli. And I'd say, let's pack a bag. And we would get in the car and drive down on a Friday night, last minute, to eat pizza the next night at Epcot. And that slowly turned into full-time travel. And this was, once we got rid of our house, this was just the come-to place and kind of made it home.
It's incredible. So what was like the moment though? Like, was there like a life-changing, like delineating line in the sand where you said, this is it, I'm selling the house and we're going to do this full time. This is how we want to live.
Yeah, I lost my sister in 21. And so we were in the process of building our forever home in Georgia. And to give you an idea, it was 140 acres, 10,000 square feet. Took me 2 years to build. Any man's dream house. And especially if you're an outdoorsman like I am, I could literally shoot deer out my back windows. I mean, it was
Wow.
planted pines, beautiful, had water on it, just gorgeous. We were in the process of building that, and my sister passed away, and our house was next door to her house. Like, our properties adjoined one another. And we had been in Florida with some friends, flipping some real estate deals and hanging out with them for a few months in the RV. And when we came back, she passed while I was down there. We came back, and the first time driving past her house to get to our house, my wife actually said, hey, I can't do this. We have to sell our house. So we were already building the other house, so we had somewhere to go eventually once it was finished. So we said, hey, we'll sell the house and we'll move into the RV and just live in the RV. Well, we lived in the RV for about 6 months or a year maybe, after the house sold, before we moved into the big house. And then we moved in March, I believe, and then April, 1 year and 8 days later, my best friend died from cancer.
Oh man.
And we were like, life's too short. We're both, the house was just way too big for us, and we were both unhappy with it. And right place, right time, right opportunity. A guy came up and wanted to buy it, and we said, this is it. Let's sell it all and get into the RV and enjoy our kids while they're little.
I absolutely, adore that story. Except for, the tragedy, but wow. To be able to figure out how short life is and figure out a way to do it. And are you as into
Yeah,
Disney as he is? Like, I know y'all's honeymoon was there, but I mean, this is something like you both, because that's the thing. So we do the same thing, and everybody calls me a nut for being, a Disney guy. But my wife and I, we're locked into it together. It's our thing,
Think it's both of us.
she's
Probably
probably more,
yeah.
um, more than I am, um, for sure. I get to utilize the golf course a lot more, and she gets to utilize the parks a lot more.
Yeah,
But we still enjoy it together as well.
I think it's cool. I think it's really neat. And I'll tell you, when I reached out and I'm so excited, like I'm a little kid in a candy shop going, "Oh, please come on, we want to talk to you. I want to see what you're doing." And because I just kind of stumbled across you on the internet, right? I mean, you guys have got a lot of traction with social media and the People Magazine article, and you were like surprised that like we were excited, like you. I mean, like getting negativity about this dream life. I'm just like, how can that even be? It doesn't even make
Well,
sense.
full disclosure, before the People Magazine article came out, we probably had a combined like 300 friends and family followers, like a normal person's Facebook, Instagram, social media. And then she actually posted a reel at the Forts pool here of them dipping a bug out. And overnight, it got like 1 million views. And I
Oh
guess
wow.
that got People Magazine to our page. Um, and they reached out and said, "Hey, we'd like to talk to you." And we did the interview with them, and we got off the same setup you have here, and we were like, "Why in the world is that dude talking to us? There's no way he's going to write a story about us." And then, sure enough, 2 days later, he sends us the story, and the social media just kind of shot through the roof.
It's awesome. I mean, and it's good. You're doing a good job. Like I really enjoy seeing the posts. I mean, for me on Facebook, it's under Adam's name, but I assume that that you were
That's
doing the
not
same
none of
thing.
that. None of that is me. That is
Right.
100% linked to her Instagram. I do not have a talented bone in my body when it comes to editing videos or creativity like that.
So, okay, so you move out. You're gonna live in an RV, and Disney's your thing. Like, what was the first month like? Like, was it like getting
Oh,
used?
the first month was becoming a master certified diver in the Keys.
Oh, well, there you go.
We
Okay.
literally we closed the house. We might have went on a cruise,
I think
like a
so.
5-day cruise, and then we got off the boat and went to the Keys and lived in the Keys for like 60 days.
That's not bad. I used to live in Key West.
Not
I
bad at all.
bartended at Sloppy Joe's for a year, and then
Oh
opened
wow.
franchising for them. So that's my second home. When we're not in Disney, we're in Key West. And then okay, so I guess let's jump forward. You're living there now, and you've got to tell everybody how you've got to leave every 26 days.
That's you.
Well, so you can stay 26 days and then you have to leave for the 24. Between that, like 27 to 30 days, there's like a couple different numbers there. If you stay 30 days, you have to leave 30 days.
Oh,
We can, yeah. So our whole RV and like we have to leave just Fort Wilderness property though. They have said if we want to go take the RV and stay, well, we can't stay in the RV in the parking lot, but all the is
Deluxe
it
resorts
no
or the
value
yeah.
resorts.
That's
They'll allow us
awesome.
to, yeah, they'll allow us to leave the RV in the parking lot and then we can just stay in one of the hotel rooms for the night. Um, but we just leave and then just come right back.
do y'all do that? Do y'all stay in the hotels frequently, or do y'all usually just make a trip out of it somewhere?
When we first became members at the Four Seasons next door, we would park in the Plancha parking lot, which is where our golf club is, and we would stay at the Four Seasons for the night,
Huh.
just for ease of access because everything we did revolved around over there at the
I
time.
mean, you are going to bring a tear to my eye. You realize that. I feel really sorry for you guys, and it's just, look, if there's anything I can do to help you guys out, I
Well,
feel
it was
really
me.
bad.
We had to stay in the Four Seasons.
That's so hard.
But no, there's a RV resort 10, 15 minutes up the road that is super convenient that we just pop over to. And
Does
then
it?
if we're gonna if we know we're gonna leave after this stay, we'll stay the full 30 days and then just go.
Okay. Does it? I mean, does it get to be a hassle? Are you like, I got to pack up again? Like,
No, I mean we've lived like this for 5 years now. So packing up the RV is not. We don't live the same way normal people do. We live very minimal, and it's a routine now. We can pack the RV and have it ready to go in under an hour easily.
So 5 years. That was one of the questions in the chat was how long you've been doing this. So you've been staying at Disney half the year for 5 years, or just in the RV for 5 years.
We've been in the RV full time for 5 years.
That was
I would
like 3 years.
I would say, yeah, 3 or 4 years we've been at Disney for half the year. Now that might not be 6 months straight. That might be a month or two here and then leave for a month and then come back for a month or two, or however we break that up. But yeah, I'd say 3 or 4 years.
That's so cool. Like it's almost hard to ask questions because I'm just like, I just want to like make a wish and do what you're doing. Like it just sounds amazing.
I up until last week I'd have told everybody to do it.
Oh,
But
Oh, okay.
why last
That
week?
was gonna be my question. What was the
we just
negatives about it?
well, it's RV life. So our RV is it's like constant right now. Every time we stop, I have to replace something,
Oh,
and it's
right.
getting kind of
Okay.
old.
I understand.
Like my big cedar trip, I had to replace my depth sensor went out, so I had to replace it. We got stranded in Branson for another week after the golf trip
Nick.
ended. We got back to Florida and our front AC went out, and I actually replaced it here the first night we got back.
I saw
in Disney
that
World.
online. Yeah. Gosh.
And then like our macerator just went out 2 days ago, and I've got it on order. So it's and we're and now granted, I had the conversation last night with a guy. Um, we probably get our RV is a 2020 model, so where most people use their RV like maybe 3, 4, 5 times a year, ours is daily use, so we get a lot more use out of ours. So stuff's going to tear up quicker. So
Yeah.
I do understand that.
That makes sense. What's like a regular, like walk us through Tuesday. What does Tuesday look like for you? Living in,
Well, it depends on the week. Last Tuesday was that our massage day at the Four
Oh,
Seasons?
yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good
Yeah, we spent last Tuesday at the Four Seasons getting massages.
look,
Our kids were in
let's pause
summer
real
camp
quickly
last
though.
week,
You
so
work really hard. Like I don't want this to get away where people are like, oh, brother. I mean, I know what you do, and it's not easy and it's tough. I mean, it is.
no.
There's
So no, I'm no trust fund child.
right.
I'm no lottery winner. I started off as a handyman when I left the fire service and became a full-fledged contractor, and I turned that into land development. And I do own apartment complexes, and I currently actively manage 90 units, and I have 45 single-family builds in the process right now.
Wow.
And that's all in the state of Georgia. So I am actively involved in it every single day.
You have to be,
No matter
right?
if I'm here, no matter if
Yeah.
I'm on a cruise ship, no matter if I'm in Mexico, I'm actively involved in my business every day.
Yeah, my wife's in property management, so I see the heartache she goes through on a daily basis. That's a 24/7, 365 job, period, right there.
Hey, I just started. We just opened up a new complex, and I decided I wanted to cut out the property management because we're growing, and I wanted to just bring that in house. And I wanted to learn it because I'd never had to do that for myself. So literally on my phone, I have 2 phone numbers now, and I screen all of me and my assistant. We screen all the tenants, but I take all the texts. My phone's going off right now of
Wow.
people texting and calling to rent units.
Yeah.
Oof.
So no, I do stay fairly busy with work.
Yeah, you stay busy with that. Yeah. It's
I
not
have
an easy job.
I live in Virginia Beach, and there's a town, Franklin, about 45 minutes from here, and I have 4 properties out there. I'm flipping 2 now to get rid of them because I don't want the tenants anymore. And I've got 2 rented, and I'll pay my property manager whatever she wants, whatever she asks for, she can have. Please take care of it. Okay, sorry. So back to after you got a massage.
We went to Plancha and enjoyed a nice lunch, just me and her. I had an overpriced chicken Caesar salad, and she had the fish of the day. Um, no, that was the kids were in kids camp last week,
I
so
saw
we had
that.
Oh, nice.
we had a week of adult time. Got to go out on the golf course one day, just me and her, and went to Disney one day, just me and her, and it was a really nice week.
So are you homeschooling the kids?
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really cool. And do they love it? I mean, so like when I lived in Key West, I would sometimes wake up or be walking home from work late at night, or maybe the sun's just coming up, and I'm strolling down, by Schooner Wharf, and I'm looking around going, I live in a postcard. Like I'm literally living.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and I didn't get tired of it, right? Like it was awesome. I left that's another podcast. But so I mean, do you ever just feel like? I mean, I can see you're grateful, right? Like it's obvious you guys are happy and you're got to be a tight family to live in that RV together and get along with your negative is the RV falling apart, not, living that close together. But I mean, is it just every day? Do you feel like you're on vacation while you're working?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Most days, yes.
Most days.
Yeah. We actually talk about that often, how we long for the boring days of nothing. Because every day, especially here, because Orlando Disney's a vacation spot. So when your friends from your home state say, "Hey, we're going to go on vacation," well, they're coming here. When your family go on vacation, they're coming here. When this is where we live, so they come to see us, and then they're on vacation. So it's like pretty constant when people come, especially over like spring break, where it's like every day we have stuff lined up to do, and we have to fit them in amongst our schedule with our friends here because we do have a real life too outside of what you see on social media.
Right. Right. I mean, that's always a curated, vetted kind of picture of who you are. It's funny though, because I tell you, you make me feel really good about myself because I catch a lot of grief about Disney. Like my friends are like, and I have tons of other interests, right? Like, I mean, I do a lot of Disney, don't get me wrong, but like here we have some team guys, right? And they're into Disney almost as much as I am, which makes me feel a little better about myself because my masculinity can often be questioned about why I'm a big Disney nerd and princesses and what I do. I'm like, well, let's pump the brakes a little bit, dude. I do like other stuff. So I like seeing an outdoorsman who's a fireman, successful real estate developer, still likes Disney. Makes me feel a little better. Like I can show your picture when someone's giving me a bunch of grief.
Oh yeah, no, it's hey, it's normal people, man. I mean, sure there are weirdos, don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
But I
Oh,
think for
tons.
the most part, I mean, there's weirdos in everything. They'll go to a baseball game or a church service or a public event, you'll see weirdos everywhere you go. But I think Disney, I think sure it gets a bad rap for being for kids and not for adults, but man, I told this, we did a Fox News interview and I told this to the lady that interviewed us, and the cameraman actually stopped and he said, "Hey, will you say that again?" He said, "Because I'm a dad and that resonates with me and I want to make sure I capture it right." And it's like every time I go in the parks, from the time you have your child till your child's grown, you don't really change. Like you're like my last 15 years is a blur, but for my kid, they change every single year. And so every time I take them into the parks, I'm experiencing a different kid, if that makes sense.
That makes
Yeah.
Because
I said
absolute
the same
sense.
thing.
they get to do they like my son, he's super into Marvel right now. Well, 2 years ago he was super into Mickey Mouse and Goofy.
Right.
And then my daughter, she was into princesses and now she's into roller coasters. And so you take a different kid and get to experience the different things as they grow. And then too, if I'm honest, it brings back that childhood nostalgia of growing up watching ABC on Saturday mornings.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And for me, it was Sunday nights when I was a kid in the 70s. I was born in 71. So like, when I was young, we'd get through Lawrence Welk with my grandparents to get to watch, The Wonderful World of Color, all that. So that era speaks to me. And you're so right, man. I mean, like, so my kids I have 20-year-old twins and then a 21-year-old daughter. So I have 3 kids, and I've loved every age except for infancy. Like that I could have skipped. It was hard, especially with the twins, because there was no like, oh, it's your turn. No, it was all hands on deck. We had 3 kids in diapers. They were 15 months apart, and that's how we ended up going to Disney. My wife's a teacher, and she was like, "You got to get me out of this town. Like we have to go somewhere." We had no plans for spring break. I found a cheap hotel in Orlando, or just outside of Disney, and we went down in a triple stroller. It looked like an Escalade. I mean, people just looked at us and bought us ice cream because they felt sorry for us. And we did one day at Magic Kingdom. That was 2007. We've been every year since with the kids, My oldest had hey, Andrew, did I tell you my kid had an internship at Pixar last year? Did I mention that to you?
Like maybe 10 or 12,
I say it all
15
the time.
times.
I brag a lot about that.
Polynesian Marvel.
But so like that was the first time we weren't all there as a family, the 5 of us, and because she was doing that. So we're all 5 coming down next week. We'll be at the cabins next week.
Awesome.
And it's just my son, and he's big, just brick house, hits the golf ball so hard. I'm so jealous. And and he'll call from college on a Friday night. Hey, when are we going to Disney again? I got to make sure, I got those dates off. It's just cool that they still want to go. We did a whole show about raising our kids Disney,
Yeah.
and I'll
Yeah,
tell
my
you.
daughter.
Go ahead, Andrew. Sorry,
Go ahead.
buddy.
Yeah, no,
I
my
was
daughter's 26, and she still, when she was in high school, we couldn't take her. We took her sister. I have a 26 and an 11-year-old. And the first time she couldn't go, I was kind of depressed because it's like I'm missing part of my kid. One of my kids isn't here. But now at 26, she's like, "Are we ever going back again?" I'm like, "Yeah, we'll go once a year. You know that." So she still gets excited at 26, and then when we go, I don't think of her as a 26-year-old. I think of her as a 10-year-old because she
Yeah.
is
so
skipping
true.
around with her sister and having fun. And Dad has a little, I'm not crying, you're crying moment when we're there. But it, it, I hope that never ends.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I think, look, maybe it's my wife, maybe it's us, maybe it's just circumstance, but I do think that like raising them Disney, and we do all kinds of other stuff, mostly Disney stuff, right? Hence the name. But they stayed younger longer, right? Like my son's again played football, baseball. Like I mean, he's a dude's dude, right? He's a guy, but he still was every now and again want a stuffed animal, maybe a little longer than some of the other kids. My kids were daughters longer, and they didn't go through that. I have to be careful because it's a family podcast, and I don't want to say exactly what I'm. But they always dressed cute. They were kids, until they
Yeah.
weren't. Now they're adults, and it's just so sad. But and I think Disney had something to do with that, right? At least, and nothing else. It promotes family values, right? Which is always good.
Yes.
That's what I had a problem. I didn't have the problem. My kids had the problem buying the stuffed animals because I can't tell you how many hundreds of Disney stuffed animals we've donated to Goodwill over the years.
Right.
And at one point I said, no more stuffed animals. We're not buying that. Now it's like, man, we both have said it. We want our kids to stay kids as long as we can keep them kids. And like
Absolutely.
we just went on a Disney cruise, and our daughter wanted to dress up, and she's about to be. I want to talk quietly because if she hears me talking about her, she'll come out here.
Right.
She's about to turn 13, and she wanted to dress up as a Disney princess, and she's getting out of that age to where she can fit in the little kids' princess dresses. So we have to buy her real expensive princess dresses, and it's like, oh, I'll spend the money because
Right.
I want her to forever be that little again, and
Absolutely.
I don't want her to grow up.
Me neither. I mean, so Lily John says that her 40 and 30-year-old kids raised the same way, love Disney, and now they got grandkids, and that's what I'm looking for. I just came down in April with my sister and her kids, which was really cool to have someone, fighting over who gets to hold my hand again. That doesn't happen as much in my family as it did at one time. Who gets to snuggle with dad? I miss those days. Although Seamus came in last night, watched a little. We were watching a movie. He came in late on the bed beside me, and I'm just like, God, and he's as tall as me. And I remember when he was just such a little guy, and Lightning McQueen pajamas jumping on the bed.
Oh.
So, okay, again, it's a dream. I can't even believe I'm asking this, but do the kids ever just want to live in a house, like with a neighborhood?
Yeah, our daughter more so than our son. Our son is really worried about us moving into a house because he's worried we're going to give up our lifestyle. Um, our daughter, she's ready for her space
Yeah.
and normal teenage girl stuff. She wants her own bathroom, her own space.
Right.
Normal friends that she can see whenever she wants to, not just when we're in town.
So are you going to do that? Are you going to stop this at some point in time, or I don't
At
want
some point.
at some point? Yeah.
Yeah.
And how old are the kids again, if you don't mind me asking?
10 and 12.
10 and 12, and the daughter's 12.
Yeah. Daughter's 12. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's about the time where we had some kind of salt talk meeting with some kind of treaty over, hey, I don't want to live with my sister in the same room anymore. I need my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have the upstairs. I didn't want them on their own like a way. I wanted them all downstairs. So I ended up refinishing my upstairs so they could have a bedroom. Do you find it hard to work with fireworks going off? Are you distracted by Disney at all, or do you just lock in? It's not.
No,
We're usually trying to go to sleep.
yeah, we're usually trying to go to sleep when the fireworks go off. It just kind of blend like the every you know this you've been here before the sounds of the buses and
Mm-hmm.
golf carts going by. It just kind of becomes normal life and it
Yeah.
blends in. It's just now every now and then, like maybe last night or the night before, fireworks were at 10 or 11. They had like a special event. Maybe it might have been a week ago, and it scared my son. And he was like, "What in the world's going on outside?" I'm like, "It's the fireworks, dude. It's just they're having a special event tonight."
Do you all? I mean, do you cook a lot, or do you eat in the restaurants a lot?
We
That's probably something that we have to figure out a balance to, and then like keep reminding ourselves that we're not on vacation
Right.
and we don't
Okay.
have to go out to eat or
we don't eat at Disney a lot, like in the parks unless we're going to be there all day. But man, we're a golf cart ride away from the Four Seasons, and it's really hard not to pop over for brunch or like tonight we got home and the chicken wasn't thawed out, and I said, "Hey, we can go to Plancha and get chicken." And we looked it up, and they had closed, so we couldn't go. But
Oh,
that was absolutely
No,
something that came up.
that's so cool. I mean, but that's no different than living in a neighborhood with a club and you'd go to the club for dinner. Like, that's not really,
probably not.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, probably.
might
no.
do the same thing. I don't feel like cooking. Yeah, I didn't take it out of the freezer on time. I'm going to go up there. I got to spend my dining credits anyway. I got to spend that money each month to make sure they don't kick you out.
So when y'all leave, and y'all come back, do they kind of, since you know most of the cast members and all, can y'all kind of get back in the same area you are? Or do they make you kind of move to a different, whatever's available spot?
We get no special treatment
Okay.
whatsoever. Like that's probably one of the newer most asked questions is if we get special treatment. We get nothing special. We get the same like booking ability that everybody else does. When we check in, it is the same process. Um I can ask, but I get no, like I can't when before we leave I can't say, "Hey, can we have our site back?" and
Gotcha.
them say yes. It would
Okay.
probably be absolutely not. But um so we get nothing, no special treatment whatsoever.
Wow. Do you, eh, are, do you have a favorite site? Like, are there, I mean, you don't have to list it because I don't want to give it away, but I mean, are there sites better than others that you really love? And
The Little Bear Loop is because it's small and you don't have to,
Loop all the way around.
yeah. So like
uh,
if we're in a hurry to leave or we do a lot of real life things, so a lot of the time we're not moseying around the campground. We're trying to get out to get to where we're going. Um, so it is the shortest in and out. So
And
we do try there.
it's got the best Starlink reception.
I didn't think
And I
about
know
that.
because I pull a car trailer, so maneuvering around tight spaces is hard. So I know trying to back a. We've been through there, and I've looked at some places people park. I'm like, how do y'all get these in these little tiny parking spots? And it's
Mhm.
just
It's magic,
takes
man.
some
It's
patience.
Disney magic.
So are you towing a golf cart and a car when you leave? I mean, how does that work?
No, we tow a Jeep. We do have a golf cart that we keep on a trailer. When we leave like the area, we keep the golf cart whether like at a friend's house or in storage.
Okay.
And we'll just pull it over there with the Jeep and then come back and hook up.
All right. Yeah. That is cool. I want to do this so badly. You're killing me. What's like okay, so what how often do you go to the parks? Like how often do the kids love going? Is it like go over for a walk, grab an ice cream? I mean, do you go every single week?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
we went 2 days ago. 2 days ago?
Sunday. You want Sunday?
I don't know what today is. We went Sunday and like me and the kids, because Adam golfed, and we stayed in the parks all day. Closed out Hollywood Studios. Tonight, when we're off with you guys, we'll go watch fireworks. So we do like we'll make little plans to go get ice cream or a funnel cake or go ride a ride or go spend the entire day, but it's usually not go spend the entire
We don't do
day.
a lot of
Right.
spending the entire days.
Because you don't.
Yeah,
We like
you don't have to.
No.
Saturday, her and my daughter went to a local farm and did some shopping. And I walked back in and looked at my son and I said, "Hey, we can rather sit here and build Legos and watch movies, or we can go play golf." And he said, "Let's go play golf." And I said, "All right, I'm going to go get ready." So I walked to the back and he came back there and he said, "Hey, can we go to Hollywood Studios instead?" And I said, "Sure." And so me and him went over to Hollywood Studios for the afternoon.
I just love it. I just
That's
love that your
awesome.
son's playing golf. My kid picked it up like literally 3 weeks before he went to college. Like I
Oh.
took all three of them out. I tried to get them all on the course with me so I could go, honey, I gotta go. It's quality time with the kids. I don't want to play golf, but
No,
I
it's
have to.
their fault.
It's
100%
I
absolutely.
tried that
fault.
too. It didn't stick.
And then like 2
Yeah.
weeks, he ended up caddying at the country club like his summer before college and just fell in love with it. I'm like, you really, dude, you really couldn't have done. This is unbelievable.
No, I thought, we joined the golf club out of probably for me mostly, but it comes with the perks of the Four Seasons, like their water park and all
Right.
their amenities as well. Um, and our kids played with us. Not, they would go out and play in 9 or 18 holes. They'd play 3 or 4 holes. And then once they got over there and got around other kids that were playing and had events and, golf lessons and stuff, they really, my son especially, got into it. And as he saw his friends his age getting better, he wanted to get better. And so he started taking it more seriously. And, for me, it's like, all right, well, I want something to do with my kid when I'm 60 that I can still do and we can do together. And then maybe it'll be me and my kid and their kid, you know.
So that's interesting. Do they have friends over there? I mean, are there members,
Yeah.
local members? So they meet folks that they see
Yeah.
regularly.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. We have an entire plethora of friends over there, little community.
Oh, that's really cool. I mean, it's kind of weird. I'm in a weird spot where I live, but I'm like, we put our kids in private school and they only, we're pretty much the only people in our zip code that went to this school. Right. So my kids they couldn't walk out the door and go hang out with anybody. It was either 15 minutes that way or 15 minutes that way. Like they didn't have a lot of neighborhood friends. So really not that much different. I mean, they still went to places and did stuff and clubs and things and had friends, but not like on the street,
Yeah. So like my daughter's got a couple buddies that live in Golden Oak.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can get with our golf cart to Golden Oak and they can get over here with their golf cart. So they're literally neighbors. The guy jokes, he says, "Oh, I'll just tell everybody I got a friend that lives in the trailer park, the Golden Oak trailer park
That's right.
that we're going to see."
Dude, that would be such a great area to put in a Golden Oak trailer park. That would just be just to call it that would be I'd wear the t-shirt just for fun.
Yeah.
Oh, if I could
So-
get away with it, I'd make it.
So how many states have you guys taken the RV cross country? Have you done have you hit all 48 states?
Yeah. No, we've hit 43 or 45,
I think it's
42.
40.
What are you missing? Well, you
New
don't have to list
Hampshire. Yeah, I can probably list them. New Hampshire, Washington, Oregon, and the Dakotas maybe, and Montana.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what, side note,
A lot.
South Dakota might have been one of the best vacations we've ever taken. Like
It-
it blew me away.
We've had plans twice now to go to the Dakotas. The first time we were actually in the Upper Peninsula in Michigan, and we were going to loop back around through Wisconsin and hit the Dakotas. And the guy that was buying our big house wanted to close early, and I was
Mhm.
worried he was going to back out. So I
Right.
said, "Let's go home." So we boogied back to Georgia to get everything out. And then we wintered out in Utah this year. Terrible mistake. And we were gonna, when the winter freed up, we were gonna go north and hit the Dakotas and Montana, and then we just got to missing Florida. So
So Tony, we do all of our time things around Tony's schedule because she's in Alaska. So she's just letting you know.
That's good.
you
I
know,
wish.
our favorite place in the world is actually not even in the States; it's in Canada,
Mm.
and it's Whistler, Canada. And actually, that's what
Oh,
my
yeah,
shirt
I
says.
saw the shirt. Yeah.
And we've looked at taking the RV there, but the laws about crossing the Canadian border are so strict that I don't want to chance it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, driving through Vancouver would
Driving
probably
through
be a
Vancouver would be
nightmare.
a nightmare. It would be pretty terrible.
Alaska would be awesome.
So Tony's dad found. So Tony ended up hanging out with us here on the channel because her dad found my golf videos and said I was the first person he'd watch who didn't brag about how good they were, because I'm a terrible golfer. I mean, I love it like a passion. I mean, I could play 7 days a week, but I just don't get any better. And now I'm getting old, so it's getting harder to get better. But Tony's invited us to Alaska, but you can play golf at 10 p.m. Like that's not, that is
Okay.
really enticing.
That's crazy.
Hey,
That is really enticing.
I would love to go to Alaska.
Right.
Would love to.
But I'm going to tell you what you got. I mean, we stayed in Keystone and went and saw, Mount Rushmore. It was really moving. Like I was surprised. Like I always think it's neat to go somewhere. Like I saw the St. Louis Arch. We drove cross country. I thought that was neat, right? Like, oh wow,
Yeah.
it's really there. But standing in Mount Rushmore, I was kind of proud to be an American. Like it made me feel really patriotic. And then, you got the Badlands, which is like, the Grand Canyon. You got the Black Hills, which is like being on the moon. It's a really like there's 5 or 6 days worth of stuff to do there and not get bored. I really, really liked it.
We'll get out there one
There's
day.
a lot of pretty stuff in this country to see that most people have no clue about.
Oh, Michelle's from Alaska. How do we get all these Alaskan people in here? I think that's fascinating. I didn't know
That's
They
that.
got nothing
awesome.
better to do.
That's why I love doing this stuff. Like I love social media. I know it. I know it's out there, and I know it can be bad. But like, I feel like I've done something and filtered mine into just good people and nice things. I heard somebody recently tell me like, if you get bad stuff, you're the algorithm. Like go look up 3 videos of puppies, 3 videos of unicorns, and
Yeah.
3 of
Yeah.
rainbows, and that's what you'll get. So. And we found, I don't know if you listen to our buddy Lou Mangello, but he does a podcast and some social media stuff. Really, really nice guy. And that's kind of how all of this chat and all this
All of it,
started was because he's just super positive, and I watched a lot of Disney stuff. Dude, I don't want to be Disney negative. I know there's things wrong. They do things I don't like. I get it. But there's enough of that in my regular life, right? The Disney stuff is where I go to escape all that.
I think Disney actually does a really good balance to appease everybody. I think they have a mixture of everything for everybody. And if you don't like what they got going on, don't go to it.
Right.
And then they'll have something for you the next month.
Well, Disney people don't have strong opinions, so that's good. If you want to make the internet blow up, I don't know, change Carousel of Progress and see what happens to everybody.
Yeah.
But there's always no one thinks, including myself. When I saw that, I'm like, you gotta be kidding. That's untouchable. You can't do it. And then I watched a video, like they've changed it like 6 times. And frankly, the earlier ones I didn't like anyway. Like I like my version of Carousel,
Yeah, I will say though, there's something to be said for going to California and getting on Mr. Toad.
Yeah, I agree.
That nostalgia, if it's original and it appears everything in its original. I mean, I wouldn't know, but it appears it is, and there's just something about that.
Well, and if they've done changes, it's been minor. I think another example is like Spaceship Earth, or I'll give you. How about the hat? Like the hat that used to be at Hollywood Studios, like that
Still
was
there.
when we went. It's back,
Is it?
right?
Yeah, it's back. It's over the new
back
the animation studio that we went
Animation
in.
Courtyard.
But the
Used to
one
walk
that
in the
sat in
launch
front
bay
of in front of the Gorman's Chinese Theater, when we started going, that's what we saw. That was our icon. And then when they took that out, like the Disney universe rejoiced because everyone apparently hated it. I didn't know that because I really wasn't, my Disney fandom has kind of slowly risen with a tide. I didn't just start out being a weirdo like this.
They hated the wand on the Spaceship Earth too, so don't forget that. They both died over that.
Do you so do you get bored? Do you ever get bored? Like, oh, I got to walk up to and get mail. I saw you doing that the other day. Like, do regular tasks stay exciting, or is it just like?
Just normal life, I guess. I mean, do you get bored checking your mailbox?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
so.
well,
I mean-
I had friends that moved to Las Vegas, and they were like, "Yeah, we're moving to Vegas." They lasted 3 months, and they were back to Charleston. And they were like, "Yeah, it's not what we thought it was going to be." So that was kind of like my question was: "Is you ever like I go to Disney 3 or 4 times a year. Y'all are down there more than that, but it's just like, all right, this is getting old. I wouldn't
No,
think it would get old, but
we for sure hit a wall where it's like, all right, it's time for a change. Let's go to the Keys and go fishing for a little bit, or let's go to the mountains and do some hiking or whatever. Um, we for sure can run its course just like anything else can.
And at like holiday times, I feel like that's really when it gets super hard because there's a lot of everybody's on vacation here for the most part.
Right.
You'll find a ton of full-time RV people. Like right now, there's a ton of full-time RV people. In our loop, there are three families that are here often. Like we've met them, we've seen them over and over again. Um, so and then there'll be like the older retired people that are just they're living in their RV. They're not on vacation. But then come Halloween time, everybody's on vacation. So it's a different like atmosphere here. It is
yeah, yeah.
more there's loud people later at night,
Oh
which
yeah.
late at night we are might as well be 80 years old. Like we would like for it to be quiet. And then you have to find like a balance of, well, you can't be super grouchy. Everybody's on vacation.
Right.
They want to have a good time. They paid to be here just like we did. Um, so that's when I think more that it gets hard than just like the boring days, because we will have a super full park day, and then the next day is extremely boring, but we're grateful for that boring day.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like it balances out pretty well.
I love it. I mean, what a great attitude you have. I mean, that's the thing is like it is hard. Like I was down where I stayed at Pop, and I'd never stayed there before because I'm trying to get to all of them. And so we stayed at Pop, and the walls were paper thin. And I'm like you, like I do this podcast at 7:30 because I go to bed at 9, right? Like that's when I'm ready to wind it down, and go to sleep. And so I'm kind of getting cranky. It's 11 o'clock, and then I'm like, they're not doing anything wrong. It's more the hotel's fault than it is theirs. They're just got
Yeah.
kids and they're jumping around, having a great time.
Yep.
But it can be difficult to keep that attitude alive at times.
Yeah.
I like
can be tough.
Karen says you live at Disney and go on vacation when you need a break. Like, isn't that
That
true?
is it.
Yeah. Yes.
That's just
it.
Yes.
spectacular. I love it. I think it's so neat. All right, so 20 years from now, I ask myself this question sometimes too. When your kids are in therapy and complaining about you, like what are they going to say you did to mess them up? What's going to be their complaint?
I don't know about Hunter yet. Hunter's a pretty happy, like he's just happy to be
I
alive kid.
Yeah, I think he for a 10-year-old appreciates the life he lives.
Yeah.
Whereas most kids don't appreciate what they have until they get old enough to realize what they had.
He's an old soul
Um,
for sure.
and he does he I mean, he makes the most out of everything we do. Not that our daughter doesn't, but like we were avid skiers and we love skiing, and he was on the Olympic path for snowboarding, and that's why we go to Whistler so often because that's where he trains at.
Oh wow.
Um, and so he loves to fish, he loves to golf, so I think he appreciates it. I don't know that right now he would have a complaint, other than his Legos, other than not having a Lego room. That's going to
Yeah.
be his therapy complaint if he
Oh.
had a therapist right now.
Yeah, I
Because
don't
his
think you can
Legos.
see behind my. So I'm in my son's room, and he's in college, but all this is Legos all the way up, and then
Yeah,
all over
I
there.
see it.
I see him
I,
now. Yeah.
I won't tell your son what's going on in this room, and that's
Yeah.
with two we have on the floor we haven't even built yet.
So I tell people this, and nobody believes me until I show them the video. My son has probably $100,000 Lego collection, and it's all boxed up in storage. And like I'll turn the thing here. That's the new Main Street set that he just got delivered the other day.
So you build
Um,
them and then put them in storage?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. We allow him one big set like that at a time, and then we get a box it up, put stuffing in it, and send it to storage. And then like under our coach right now, there's probably 15 unopened sets that he has, and in storage
wow.
he literally has our wall to ceiling, or floor to ceiling, wall to wall, and the back is Legos.
Do y'all do them
And
together, or is he doing by himself?
Both,
Yeah,
both. He, like he asked me tonight if I'd build Legos with him.
I love that.
Um, so, and then our daughter, though, I think if she goes to therapy, it would be
She had to share a bathroom with her
just share a
family.
bathroom with her family. That's a big one. Uh,
She had to sleep in a bunk and not have a regular room. The
yeah,
space.
the
Space would be a
space.
complaint.
Not being
Yeah.
able to see her friend. I think she has such a skewed reality of what real world life in a house is. Like she thinks like, oh, my friends get to see each other every day because they live in a house and they never have to travel. And that's not the reality. As a parent, you understand that. You see the friends
Right.
when it's convenient or when it's planned, which is the same as we do. But I think that a 12-year-old version would have that complaint that I don't get to see my friends like I should be able to. Um, that in the space, for
Yeah.
sure, the
Yeah,
space.
the space will. Yeah, and that will probably, if judging from my experience, that will only grow in
Yeah, that
resentment
gets
over
worse.
time.
Sorry.
So,
Yes.
but it is kind of fascinating. Like as you put it down like that, like if I put how my kids' lives are and how kids' lives are and took out the Disney, right? Like, just generic background, it's really not that dissimilar, right? I mean, you're right, the space, but I mean, you're right. My kids can't see their friends all the time. We know that, right? They're
Yeah.
not living with them. In fact, honestly, we end up being the house where the kids all end up here. Usually my den is covered with 5 guys or 5 girls, just laid around, in whatever capacity. And I love that. Like I stay home. I know where you are. I know you're safe here.
Yes,
But I
for
mean,
sure.
it's really not that different. Will you? Okay, so let's pretend you're stopping tomorrow. Are you going to go back to Georgia to
Nope.
stay here? So you would put down
Stayed
roots in Florida,
in
Yes.
Orlando.
Orlando. Okay.
This is home.
This is home.
All right.
Yeah, this is we live a very unique, crazy to some lifestyle, but we also live a very normal life here. That I
I
know, like
love
I said,
that.
people see on social media that we live at Disney, but we have events here we go to. We have friends here that we eat dinner with. We have church here that we go to. We have,
It's
the
a
kids' activities are here.
normal life.
Yeah.
Normal life.
Our favorite grocery stores.
Our favorite
Right.
grocery stores are here.
Yeah.
We have a Costco 20 minutes up the road. We really appreciate that.
That's,
Um,
that's exactly right.
those aren't everywhere when you're in the boonies. Uh,
Yeah.
but no, people don't see that. They see, oh, these weirdos live in an RV and they just go where they want to, which is true. We are weird and we do live in an RV and we do go where we want to, but we also live a very normal life,
But
just
you're
like you guys do.
like a normal question would be, what are you going to miss? But you're not. Like it doesn't seem like you're going to miss anything because it's not like you're going to go live in a house and never travel, right? I mean, this is going to be, you've got at least some of this lifestyle down. And the homeschooling is so homeschooling and being your job 95%, I assume, like mine on the phone is clutch, right? I mean, that just,
Yeah, that I knew. I mean, I grew up. My dad was a framer by trade, and so he physically ran a framing crew till I got into high school when he expanded his company, and so I knew what it was like to have a dad that physically went to work every day,
right.
and was gone for 8 and 9 hours a time, if not 10 hours a day, and then when I was a fireman, I was gone for 48 hours at a time, and I was only home for 24 hours because I worked 2 jobs.
Right.
Um, and so I knew when I started my business took so much from me that I didn't want my kids to grow up with us not enjoying the fruits of my success. So I figured out how to replicate myself and make it to where I they could do it without me physically being there and just feeding them, which the technology has come so far. Um, Even in the last 5 or 10 years, it's come so far that it makes my job very with a good team in place. I have a great
Right.
team in place.
Did you do
Um,
residential real estate first or did you start
that,
into,
that's what I do now.
okay.
I buy now. I buy raw land, and whether entitled or not entitled, I get it entitled if it's not, and then I develop subdivisions on that. I build single family homes that we call them starter homes, even though they're in the 300,000 and 400,000s. That blows my mind still to
That's
this
so
day that
crazy.
starter home prices is that high. Same product that I sold 10 years ago for 150,000, we're selling for 350,000, and
It's unbelievable.
my margins aren't any
Nope.
better. If
Right.
not, if anything, they're worse.
Mm-hmm.
But the cost of product and lands just went through the roof, and then the government overreach that we have to deal with developing makes our like I've got a subdivision right now. My per lot cost is $125,000, and that's per lot, and I developed it, and it's because of what the government required me to do on the land just to cut streets in. But anyway, I take that single family money that we make and I turn it into multifamily properties that we
Yep.
hold.
Putting curbs in a nightmare. Because that's my like, again, no one's going to care but you, but that's my goal. So I've done residential real estate, right? I don't like commercial, but I do want to try developing. So I'm trying to buy 70 acres and build a neighborhood for, I've never done it, right? And I've got great friends and great coaches, which is cool. And I've never built a house from scratch. I've been flipping houses, and I've actually our area has just gotten too popular. It's too crowded. So I'm going rural because I can buy them for 150, put 40 into them and sell them for 250, and they're still affordable. There's still people who can afford to buy
Yeah.
these houses, you know,
Yeah.
and they sell, as opposed to sitting here paying 300, putting 100 into it, making the same profit,
Yeah.
550 grand for 1,700 square feet. It just blows my mind. Like I just
Oh,
almost feel
it's
guilty.
yeah, it kills me. And I know, we're always like Shrek, the mobs come after us with pitchforks because we're the big bad developers and builders, and
Yeah.
we're making the millions and billions of dollars, and the reality is, man, I've got a wife and 2 kids at home, and that's what I'm supporting with every house I sell.
My daughter,
And
when she was younger, came to me and said, "Dad, I think I want to go into real estate. It looks like you have a lot of free time." You're in school all day. I don't just sit here eating bonbons, watching my stories, waiting for you guys to get home.
that my daughter, we thought it would be a good idea as like a school project and to help her learn. I'm like, hey, I'm going to start this management company. I'll pay you $15 a day. We'll block out 3 hours a day, morning, noon, and night, for you to respond to emails with me and text messages. And she made it like 2 weeks, if
That's a
that,
If that.
if
that's a
that.
long time.
And she was like, "Oh, I'm good. It's not for me."
So I use them. I use my kids for demo when I can, and they love it. I mean, I overpay them a little bit, but still, like one of the first ones they did, this house was infested in fleas, and so we went in, and I was having them pull out the carpet, and all three of them came running out crying, "Don't make me go back in there, Daddy! Don't make me go back in."
Oh,
So I had to bomb it twice. I still made them take the carpet out, but that's the kind of stuff, they've had shovels and hammers and sledgehammers and gloves and cart and stuff, because I like you. I want my kids to be grateful for what they get to have. Not everybody gets to, even for us, not everybody gets to go to Disney every year, right? Like, I mean, I know that there are
Yeah.
levels of gratefulness. It's something that I'm trying to figure out how to start, like an angel tree for Disney trips, right? Because we do one, at Christmas, you can go buy the toys and you can see what you're donating and know how lucky you are for what you have and what you get to have. And I'd like to find a way to do that for Disney so that maybe, you could buy the Mickey bars or buy the bubble wands or, maybe for Make-A-Wish or give children with something
Oh,
like
there
that.
is a friend of mine's wife. His name's Tim Elrod. He is the vice president of Travelmation. Um, her name's Mallory, I believe. She has a nonprofit that works with adopted families, and they do that.
so
And
adoptive families and foster families.
yeah, so they help they send I don't know exactly how it works. They choose families every year that they raise money for to send them on all-inclusive trips to Disney World for the adopted families, and then they might pair them with like the mom that had to give the child up, and send the birth mom with them also.
Yeah.
What's that called?
And uh,
Funding Love is their
Funding Love.
organization. Yeah.
and those two are two of the most genuine, kind-hearted people I've ever met. But we do that, so we sponsor their gala every year. And then when they send these people on trips, he'll tell us when they're going, and I'm like, hey, here's $200, and he'll say, hey, he'll send me pictures of all the kids that the Mickey bars were bought for, or the, souvenirs were bought for, the toys or whatever.
Right. Because, I mean, that's the thing. Look, I love donating stuff, and I was on the board of directors for my church camp that I went to as a kid and worked at, and and it's cool, but it's hard to raise money for toilet paper, right? I mean, people
Yeah.
like to see what they're donating and see what they, like, hey, I did that. It just helps. And again, I want my kids to see that this isn't normal, right? I mean, it really isn't. I mean, it seems like it because of the circles I'm in, but not everybody gets as much as I'm jealous of you living at Disney World. There's someone who's jealous of me getting to go that frequently,
Oh, for sure. And hey, we struggle with our kids because they're kids and they're oh my God, this is so boring. Why do we have to do this? And it's like, hey, we have to make them realize how fortunate they are in
Yeah.
life. Because we're the people that we're surrounded with up here, especially over at the Four Seasons, they're
Different
what's the
echelon.
right word to use? Yes. They're all able
Yeah.
to afford the same things we can afford.
Right.
Um, and so they see their friends doing the same type stuff they're doing, so they think that's just normal for everybody. And we have to remind them, hey, you have cousins that have never been to Disney, and they're your cousins, and they've never been.
Well,
And
it's
we have,
obvious. I mean, just from you describing your 10-year-old, you guys should take some credit for that. I mean, obviously, you guys are doing something right. I assume being a firefighter, you don't do it for the glory and the money, right? So, I mean, there's something in you that
oh no, I made all kinds of money at the fire department.
it's like being a podcaster. Make a fortune doing this. No,
Dude,
but I mean, there's
my
something obviously
first
giving in you, right? Like you're obviously a giving, wonderful guy, and that's gonna trickle down to your kids almost naturally. But
well,
Try.
try.
I'm a religious person, and I'll tread lightly here to not offend anybody that might be
You're not
watching.
bothering anybody here.
I am a firm believer that what I am blessed with is I'm a steward of, and everything I'm blessed with is a test on whether do I deserve, not that I deserve more, but am I going to be given more and able to control more and have better opportunities, or am I going to fail at this test and get slapped down a few rungs? And so I'm a firm believer that what I do is going to drastically affect my future and my kids' future. And that being said, I don't want to get to standing before somebody one day and have to account for stupidity.
Dude,
There's going to be enough of that without money involved.
I
So
think did we just become best friends? Like I just love. I mean, that's what a beautiful sentiment, dude. And it's just so nice because I don't know if you see this, but I see a lot of people with affluence and gifts and are ungrateful and it's nice. It's nice when you see somebody doing something and I'm not jealous. Like I'm just thrilled for you, because of
yeah, oh
exactly
yeah,
what you just said. Like it's so nice to see someone actually deserve what they have, and that is more for me to be able, I guess, to say to you, I never feel deserving. Like I'm always working, trying to be a better guy, right? That's our job in life,
yeah.
right? We try to be better than we were the day before. But from an outsider's perspective looking in, man, it's nice to see that you have something I really would be envious of in the most kindest way. But to see that, you're a nice guy and you deserve it. It's nice. It's wonderful.
Well, listen, for a couple $100,000 and a lot of aches and pains and everyday working on the RV, you can have this lifestyle. It's attainable. It's if you're willing to physically change everything on it.
I love it. Well, I want to be a little respectful of your time, and I think what you just said is a great way to kind of finish up anyway. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. You can come back every week if you want to tell stories. Please tell everyone where to find you because I know Karen was asking Facebook. I've got it down below, but tell them where to find you guys.
We're on Instagram is Travel with the Ewings. And I think our Facebook, it still says Adam
Yeah, I
Ewing.
think our
Hmm.
Facebook still says my personal name,
It does.
although that's 100% fed from her Instagram. Um,
I mean, look,
and then
the Main Street
she has
Mother
a
says, "I love you. They're my people."
We
yeah,
love you, Nicole.
Oh, you know it. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of unfair. She has to say that. She wants to go back to the parks with us. She might need me to give her advice on her air conditioning unit.
Oh yeah, right. Well,
She's laughing right now.
I just can't thank you enough for being so generous with your time. And I know you guys are probably getting beat up, but this is awesome. I've probably been more excited about you guys coming on. I've been teasing it for a month, trying to hoping, because I never know when I reach out, like, am I being annoying? Do people want to talk about Disney as much as I do? I don't know. Right.
No, I just hated that, like I said, the Facebook Messenger thing.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
terrible about checking messages on there, and then we had that trip, and it's like, oh my goodness, I completely forgot to respond to this guy.
There have been weeks that I forgot I had a show, and we do it every Tuesday night. Like there have
There's
been
weeks
nights
I
where
thought it was Tuesday and it's Monday.
That's right. There have literally been nights when I'm on the couch. I just cook steaks. We're just going to watch a movie. Like in the winter, I got a fire going. I don't want to do anything. And my wife's like, are you still doing the podcast tonight? And I'm like, and it does take a little setup. I'm not great at this. I have a new podcast called But Mostly Failing, where I'm kind of detailing like all the things I do wrong with this podcast, because it was very weird how I ended up here. It wasn't part of my plan. So
I can assure you this wasn't a part of ours either.
I just love it though. And I'm glad. Yeah, we'll have to talk again at some time, or maybe if I don't, I'm interested, because our plan is to move to Orlando at some point in time as well. My wife's got 3 years with the school system, and then she can retire with her pension. I can do what I can do from wherever, much like you. But her mother, until she comes with us, we're locked in here. But I am interested to end up in Orlando, and I like hearing that you like Orlando and not just Disney. Like that's awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's a great area outside of the Disney bubble. If you know where to go.
That's good to hear. Andrew, how's the YouTube channel coming?
Good. Gonna start I'll go ahead and tell everybody I got a new thing coming up with Paul and Jennifer talking about bourbon, and I like cigars, so I'm gonna start a smoking spirits off the YouTube channel. So first one will be up this Friday, so check it out.
That's the thing, man. There's a lot of levels to this Disney stuff. Our podcast last week was about bourbon and Disney. It's not all churros and chicken fingers, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Magic Kingdom has a new bar right now you can go drink at.
Yeah.
It's the Pirate Bar. We went to it the other day.
I saw your post. We loved it. I took my oldest. My twins are still 20, so October we're coming down to let them drink around the world. I'm both excited and terrified, and I've got bail money ready to go. Like I'm worried I'm going to be the guy who jumped off. I'd end up like with the urinating incident over at Animal Kingdom, and that'll be my kids somehow. I'm just
stay off the pyramid while you're there.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Exactly. That'll be us. Like I do try to get some social media presence, but that's not how I want it. So. All right. Well, if you're new here, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. This is one of the greatest shows we've had. Again, thank you guys so much. Please subscribe to the newsletter.
Thanks for having us.
All you got to do is hit But Mostly Disney, and you'll find everything else. And we will won't see you next week. I'll be on the road. So next week Andrew, we're going to take the night off. See how much planning goes into this. I just told him, by the way, we're not working next week. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Oh, wait, hold on. Before we go, I'm supposed to ask you about the chili cheese fries from Casey's.
Chili cheese fries?
Oh, those are the best. The chili cheese fries are the best. Yes.
I'll have to try them.
They were good enough for her to get a T-shirt with chili cheese fries on it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Thanks again. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
See you guys later.
Thank you.
Our time is too short. It's over now. And we hate to say goodbye. But we'll be back next Tuesday night. Or at least we sure will try.